Hello, welcome to Let's Talk Sports. I am Ralph LaBella.
And I'm Ron Sen. We're at halftime for Lady Raider basketball. We want to review the Patriots' victory last weekend in the AFC Championship and talk a little bit about the Super Bowl. Wikipedia defines the AFC Championship as the game where some other team from the American Football Conference faces the New England Patriots. Somehow that got in there. But the Patriots go to the Super Bowl for the third year in a row, thanks to a back and forth comeback effort, super performance by Tom Brady, and really the whole team.
Yeah, you know what I said in the last show that I thought that the second half against Miami and the loss to Pittsburgh won them the Super Bowl. I had that feeling. I just said that they're going to correct all the mistakes they made in the Pittsburgh game, 14 penalties, a number of holding calls, a number of drop passes. They've corrected that. You know they've worked on that. And they played very good against Buffalo and Miami. Played a great game against the Chargers and just a terrific game against the Chiefs. I really believe, Ron, when you get games where you have a bad game and you can work on your mistakes, look what's happening.
Well, their philosophy is addition by subtraction. Tyreek Hill was limited to one catch, 43 yards. Travis Kelce had 3 catches. They had a lot of pressure, especially in the first half on Pat Mahomes. And although they got worn down a little bit in the second half, they dominated time of possession, had twice as many first downs as the Chiefs, and were importantly 13 for 19 on third down. So they were able to keep drives alive with a lot of third down conversions.
Yeah, and throughout the year, you have to think that Kansas City was considered one of the top 3 teams in football with New Orleans and the Rams. And the Chargers were right there. I mean, everybody was predicting those were the 4 top teams. And then the Patriots come along. And right now, the Patriots are the best team in football, I believe. And I really believe that they're going to go out against L.A. and they're going to beat them. I'm really confident about that. I was confident about the Chiefs game. You know, they got a couple of breaks, but the Chiefs got a couple of breaks that people aren't talking about.
Well, the Rams certainly got a break from the officiating in the NFC Championship. The headline in the New Orleans paper was "Reffing Unbelievable," and you know it's understandable why they feel they got robbed. There's a New Orleans attorney who's filed a class action suit that is going to be reviewed Monday, but the Rams are playing in the Super Bowl.
But two pass interference calls. Remember 2 possessions before that, or to the left? Guy mugged the, I don't know who the receiver was. That should have been pass interference.
Well, and on the pass interference, it was also helmet to helmet. So, you know, bad luck for the Saints. But moving ahead to the Rams, they've got a diversified offense. Goff's solid quarterback, Gurley, outstanding running back. Of course, they have Cooks, Patriots cast off, who had 80 receptions, and Woods, who had, I think, 86 receptions. So they've got a diversified offense. I think the Patriots will probably focus on Gurley first, and then most likely Cooks, and take their chance with Woods underneath.
I think Gurley more in the pass receiving. He dropped 2 passes. One was an interception in the last game. I mean, if he plays the way he normally could play, that's going to be a key. But I think that their defense against the run is really good now. It really improved a lot. So I think they'll control Gurley in the running game. I think the key to the game to me is going to be Gurley, because I don't think Cook's going to hurt him that much. I mean, they'll double team him, and they'll put Gilmore on the next best receiver. That's the way they're going to do it. So I don't think they're going to get hurt in the passing game as much as they could get hurt with Gurley. And then the other key is going to be, if they give Brady enough time to throw the ball, he's going to eat them alive. They're very weak, like Kansas City. They're really weak against backs coming out of the backfield, covering them. So,
well, they have Aaron Donald with 20.5 sacks at defensive end, and supervillain Ndamukong Suh, who's enjoyed this unique form of play through the years. They also have former Patriot Aqib Talib in the secondary. So should be a great matchup. The early money went on Los Angeles, but the line's been steadily moving since it opened at the Rams by 1. Last I saw, the Patriots were favored by 2.5, but it's been a creep. So obviously more money is coming in on the Patriots. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, but the way I'm looking at it, like I compare it to last year when they played Philly. I was nervous about that game. I felt Philly was a favorite going into that game. They were playing great football. I was saying if the Pats can protect Brady, they may have a chance. They protected Brady. He was unbelievable in that game, throwing the ball. They didn't get near him, until the end when he got hit and fumbled. But the defense really collapsed. The defense will not play like they played last year, this year against Goff. The defensive backs, they're much better this year. And I even forgot about Rowe being out. With Rowe out, they're still playing well. And Kansas City's got a much better passing attack than the Rams. The key's going to be, can Brady get into that rhythm that he had against Kansas City and the Chargers? If he gets into that type of a rhythm with his offense, I think they're going to beat the Rams. And I predict the win will be like 31-20. I predict it'll be that type of a game.
I like the Patriots, but in none of their Super Bowl victories have they won by more than 7. So I'll make it a 7-point game, 34-27. I think the stars for the game are going to be, in addition to Brady, James White with catches out of the backfield, and a surprise. I think Cordarrelle Patterson's going to break something for a long game.
Well, yeah, if they get him in the open field, the pass that Brady threw to him near the end of the game, just to his right, he still should have caught it. The other pass was deflected. And a lot of people are complaining, why is Brady going to Patterson there? Patterson's made some real good catches this year. That touchdown catch he made on his fingertips against Miami in the first half.
And he's tremendous once he gets the ball.
Once he gets they've got to sign Patterson, and I wouldn't let Dorsett go. I'd keep Dorsett. They have 9 draft picks. Get an end, get a real good linebacker, and
I
they'll
thought
be
they
back.
had 12.
They have 12. Well, they got those other ones too.
Right, compensatory picks, and they have Isaiah Wynn. First-round draft choice will be back as an offensive lineman.
So if they lose Brown, then Wynn goes over to left tackle. That's why they got Wynn in the first round this year. I'm hoping Brown signs with them. I'm hoping that he loves it here, but they got to give him the money. I think this year he's making $6 million.
Right. I think the big money this year is going to go to Flowers. I think Flowers will be placed in franchise.
Yeah. Oh, they got to do that. They got to keep Flowers. On the defense, you got to give them credit. The defensive coordinator, Belichick, it's a very good defense.
Well,
right
and they're
now.
talking about Greg Schiano, former Rutgers and Tampa coach, as the new defensive coordinator, with Flores presumably signing with the Dolphins as their head coach.
But if you see Brady, if he's down there, if he's in the comfortable throwing the ball, they'll eat the Rams up. The Rams will get like a lot of other defenses. At the end they get tired and they have a tough time covering them.
Thanks for watching. I'm Ron Sen.
And I'm Ralph LaBella, and thank you for watching Let's Talk Sports.